The CW had another bowel movement, and since I can't cuss in the first couple seconds of this video, they pooped out another stinky TV show called Gotham Knights. And if you just clicked on this video to get a quick recommendation about the show, don't watch it. It's god-awful, just like every other CW show. It feels like you're watching a middle school play with all the bad acting that's going on. And honestly, I don't know how these DC shows keep being made on the CW network. They need to cut that tie right now. Whichever DC executive decided to shake hands with the CW and make that deal, fire them right now. They do not deserve to have a job. That's a worse decision than like a horror movie character would make. But I'm already getting a bit sidetracked. I wanted to talk about the show. I'm going to keep it as spoiler free as possible. Some spoilers will pop up here and there. But once again, like I said, the show's not even worth watching, so you don't even got to plug your ears. But the show takes place in a Gotham that no longer has their savior. Batman is dead and he will not be rising on the third day. He's gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. So now, some other people are going to have to step up to bat, that being the Gotham Knights, to help save the city. So we're getting like the background, the origin story for how all that happened. So within like the first 6 minutes of the show, we find out that Batman dies, and they show him dead on the ground, and it has got to be the worst Batman outfit I have ever seen. It looks like some dude just left Comic-Con and got hit by a car.
Gents, you want to see this?
Oh my god. There's actually a kid that's dressed up at around 11:40 in the first episode, and it's when they're like driving through having this little sad parade. What would it be? A funeral. That's what it is. They're having a funeral for Batman after he died, and there's a kid with a Batman suit on that looks far better than what the real Batman had on. That's the real Batman. That's my Batman, not that other dork. But of course, since the Bats is dead, they're trying to solve the mystery of who killed him while also introducing the new characters who are going to eventually form the Gotham Knights, which is the Joker's daughter, Dwella Dent, Turner Hayes, who is Batman's adopted son, and then you got Harper Row, and what is the last dude? Cullen Row. And we're also introduced to some other characters like Robin, who is Carrie Kelly, and then Turner's friend like Stephanie or something. I don't think she's really important. And then Harvey Dent. But he's not Two-Face in this show just yet, which is very weird to me because the Joker is dead. Spoiler alert, the Joker died. He has a daughter now. Batman is also dead. He has a son, an adopted son. Why isn't Harvey Dent Two-Face yet? Because this isn't an origin story like Gotham, the TV show that's actually good. It's a post-Batman, so Harvey Dent should already be Two-Face. I just don't understand. Maybe it happens that way in the comics that it's based on. I'm not too sure, but that just doesn't really check out in my head. He should already be Two-Face, not still the police chief. Anyways, on to something that's even worse about this show. After Batman dies, we're going back to Batman's death here. They are trying to solve and figure out who did it. Mainly Harvey Dent. He's the lead investigator, the chief that's trying to solve it, and he tells Turner, we're going to find who did this. And the prime suspects right now are the Joker's daughter, Dwella, Harper Row, and Cullen Row, because they were paid to break into this place and steal a gun the same place and the same night that Batman died. So they were set up, and they believe that these three teenagers are the ones who killed Batman. They think three snot-nosed little brats are the ones who took down the smartest man in the world, Batman. Batman has went toe-to-toe and even taken down some of the strongest beings in the universe. He has contingency plans to handle every single member of the Justice League and take them down if he has to. And you're gonna tell me that three little twerps are the ones who ended up killing Batman. Not the Joker. That would have been kind of acceptable, even though those two never really wanted to kill each other. I think they secretly loved each other. They had a bromance. But the Joker didn't kill him. Harvey Dent didn't kill him. Two-Face. The Penguin. Nobody of, importance. No important villain killed him. Three random teenagers are the ones that everyone in this show is going to believe killed Batman. Even though they actually didn't, if you watch the show. It was set up by someone up the food chain. But even still, I feel like the reveal, when it does get revealed who actually killed Batman, it's not going to be a good payoff because there's no good villains in this show anyways. The Court of Owls is like the big bad in this show, and I don't even think they're that cool. They're like the Illuminati is what I think they're supposed to be, like this secretive group that has a lot of power and puppeteers and controls everything. I think the Court of Owls is so lame as like the main antagonist. It's so lame. But anyways, while these teenagers are getting investigated, the person who set them up also sets Turner up and makes it look like he was involved and paid somebody to kill his dad, Bruce Wayne, which everyone now knows is Batman. So he's also arrested, and that's how he meets them. And it's setting them up to get together to form the Gotham Knights. Blah, blah, blah. But while they're holding them all captive and like the GCPD interrogating them and whatnot, there's a cop who's definitely like a Trump fanboy who is talking to Cullen Rowe, and he goes to say his dead name, but is stopped by Harvey, and Harvey says, "Don't say that. Don't say his dead name. That's not cool." And then the cop who's supposed to be representing an Andrew Tate meat rider says, "I got another dead name for you. Bruce Wayne." I thought that was a pretty goofy part of the show.
Cullen Rowe.
Really? Because your birth certificate says you were born.
Don't use his dead name.
Fine. I got another dead name for him. Bruce Wayne.
Ford, take a walk.
But now to circle back around to the Joker's death, because I'm very unorganized in this review, because I'm going straight off what I remember from watching it once, because God forbid I watch it more than once. But the Joker's daughter, says that Batman killed the Joker, which I also find very unbelievable, because in the comics and the shows, everything, Batman just doesn't want to kill the Joker. You know, they have this cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry kind of relationship. They act like they hate each other, but deep down, maybe not even that deep down, they have a care and love for each other. It's sweet in a way, you know? So this whole show just feels very odd to me, and I understand they're pulling from the comics, but I feel like the CW added their own little bad twist on it to make it even worse, because this stuff just, it doesn't feel right, you know? It doesn't set good with me at all. This doesn't feel like I'm actually in the DC universe. It feels like someone made a bad parody. And right now, as of me recording this, there is 3 episodes out. I have watched 2 3/4, 2.5. I just really didn't want to finish the 3rd episode. I'm not going to watch any more of this series. I just cannot care less. I was kind of excited. I was kind of hopeful because I watched the first couple, it was like the first 3 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, hey, this ain't too bad yet. But of course, it was just the first 3 minutes, and then about 5 minutes in, they showed me the death scene of Batman, of him laying on the ground, and right then and there, I knew that was going to set the tone for the rest of the show. So that's it for this one. I'm going to end this off by taking your picture here. Say cheese! Small! Oh, that's good. God, I didn't know you were that ugly. Jesus!